Hey, thanks for joining us on Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and in the studio with me from the Polk History Center, that would be Jayme. Jamison, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are ya?
There's a chill in the air. And
Yeah.
I
feel it in my throat.
I hear the jolly big man, and I don't mean Clarence Clemens,
No.
is visiting your place.
Yeah, we've had quite a few visits from Santa already.
Yeah.
We started out with our decorators reception for the Festival of Wreaths, and it was so precious. Santa came and made a special appearance with that because, you know, grown-ups still want to get their selfie
Exactly,
with Santa.
man.
Yeah. So, and then he joined us for Magic on Main, which is, of course, the Friday Fest here in Bartow, where they illuminate downtown. And it was truly a magical experience. We had a lot of people that had never been to see Santa at the History Center before, and you could tell the look on their eyes was, how have I been missing out on this?
Yeah.
So, and he'll be visiting with us 2 more times this month in December, December 2nd and December 16th. And then we send him off to the North Pole because he's got a lot of work to get done.
Exactly. Anybody ever do night shots of the History Center?
So I see some every now and then on social media.
Yeah.
2 of our favorites were actually provided to communications by a gentleman who did drone shots of the dome of the History Center back in 2020 when we celebrated the centennial of women's suffrage. The dome was lit up purple and gold, and it was gorgeous. But this season, it is decorated. We have a bunch of uplighting, and we have some white LED lights outside. So if anybody is taking a picture, go ahead and email it to me. We'll see if we can get it to old Brian Lacey here and get it published on communications.
I think that's just a cool shot. It's just...
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and unfortunately when you... unless you got a wide-angle lens, it's very difficult. You know what I mean? So
to
you
capture the whole thing.
Yeah, especially shooting from. And I really love shooting stuff from my phone.
Yeah.
I love that Galaxy, man. That is the greatest camera ever. But some things, when you got a short view behind you, you just don't get it all in.
Yep. So, but we do have actually quite a few photographers in Bartow that hobbyists, they post on like Flickr and Instagram images of the History Center. I always love seeing them.
So how did the party at the Festival of Wreaths go?
It went really well. You know, we were commenting the other day that this is the first year in a little while that the minute the auction went live for the wreaths, many of them sold outright for $100. People didn't want to hedge their bets and play the auction game. They just bought them outright. And getting to see the decorators and seeing them with their wreaths in place and how proud they were of it was truly special. And then on Small Business Saturday on November the 25th, we did a special tour just about the wreaths. And I had about 30 people show up for those tours, and we walked around the History Center, talked about the history of evergreens and wreaths, and then we wove in a little bit of history connected to each wreath. So for example, we have a star-spangled wreath. It's got American flags on it. So I talked about one of the earliest most important Christmases in American history, of course, when George Washington crossed the Delaware. And that was on Christmas Day, so I'm happy to report that his Christmases after that got a little bit better. Steadily a little more quiet, a lot of staying at home and writing in his journal, but that was a pretty significant Christmas.
So what other stuff we got going on in December?
Yeah, so December we pick up on December 2nd with the cemetery tour. So we'll be back out in Evergreen Cemetery right here in Bartow, the historic Black Cemetery. And truly December, January, and February I think are the best months for the cemetery tour. The weather's a little bit cooler, the heat is not as oppressive. So that's always on the first Saturday of the month now through April. So I definitely recommend that. And then on December 9th, we're going to do Jingle and Mingle. Bring your family down to the History Center. We're going to have some Christmas music playing throughout the building, and just come and enjoy the wreaths. We have had a significant number of visitors this year, and everybody has just truly enjoyed the decorations in the History Center and the wreaths. And the Jingle and Mingle's new, so it's something new that we're trying this year.
You got any connections with the governor's office? Because I had this philosophy. Here's what I'm thinking. If the weather gets colder than your actual age, you shouldn't have to go to work that day.
Oh. I'm calculating. Yes, that would work for me. That would work for me. I'll see what I can do.
You're talking about a present for heat in the last few days. It's been downright chilly.
It has been a little bit chilly.
I'm an Ohio kid, and if you were to tell me back in the day you're going to be crying at 58 degrees, I'm like, get out of Dodge.
No way. Yeah, no. Well, let's see. Polk County Day is coming up in the new year, right? Maybe we can list it to the legislative.
Yeah, the delegation. Yeah, I like that idea.
It'll be nice.
So, other than the tours, what else we got going on?
So we've just got our regular History Center fair. You know, a lot of people have people coming to visit, a lot of family in town, and then of course school's going to be out here soon. And so we really encourage everybody, if you're looking for something free to do and a way to really immerse yourself in what it means to be from Polk County, we invite you to come and take a self-guided tour. Included in the self-guided tour, of course, are all of our exhibits, but also Santa's workshop. So let's say you didn't get a chance to go see Santa this year. You can come into his workshop. You can write him a letter and deposit it in our letterbox, and we forward it off to Santa. And in addition to that, this year we've added an element about Hanukkah. So Hanukkah is celebrated December 7th through the 15th this year. So we've got a little dreidel set up in there. So did not realize this. I sat down to play dreidel with Bartholomew the other day, and I was invested pretty quickly in winning. And I'm pleased to report that I did. Bartholomew has asked for a round 2.
Yeah.
But we've got that set up just outside of Santa's workshop. So if you've ever wondered, you know, what Hanukkah is about or how to play the dreidel game, that's a perfect opportunity to bring your family in and experience those new cultural opportunities.
So does that fill us up for December then?
It does, and of course at this time,
the New Year's around the corner.
New Year's around the corner, and Shannon has a list of new genealogy speaker series programs that will be starting in January as well. So the first one will be January 27th, and she's kept it tight so far as to who her speaker is. So you'll have to look for some promotion.
Let's bring her in with. Is that who's handling that?
Yeah, that's Shannon. So Shannon is our new research historian.
Yeah.
She is very kind and very smart. She's coming to us from, this is, I know, controversial to say, the University of Georgia.
It's okay.
So, you know, she was a little worried about her red, you know. But I told her we're friendly here. But yeah, she has been with us for about 6 months now, and just an absolute rock star.
Well, let's bring her in next taping.
Yeah.
We'll feature that.
That'll be awesome.
She'll have her own show.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Because I don't want anybody taking your time. This is me and you time.
I know. And she'll be actually, I don't know if you saw on Inside Polk, but they talked about the CLG ordinance that the board is going to be voting on this month.
Okay.
If that passes, she's going to be kind of the research person for researching these historic sites and putting those packages together that will document, preserve, and conserve our Polk County history. So she's very important to me. That
is very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, got about 30 seconds left. Highlight what you want. Get them to get out and visit you.
Yes.
And then tell them, see you later.
Yes, definitely. I would say the highlight is the decorations.
Yeah.
You know, we only do this for this time of year, so please come on out, enjoy a stroll in downtown Bartow, make us part of your family traditions, and we'd love to see you.
Polk County has a rich history and heritage, and the Polk County History Center is continuously thinking of new ways to help Polk residents experience that history. The museum's collection includes natural and cultural objects related to Polk and the greater Central Florida area that represents our history from pre-Columbian to present-day eras. The artifacts on display at the museum represent individuals, cultural groups, and events significant to the region. Located at 100 East Bartow in 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. You can check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call 863-534-4386. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.